putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com, 844-551-8255 if you want to get a hold of us by phone. Hope you do. On demand 24/7, anytime you want to listen to the program. We cut 12 separate segments plus the entire show, so you can do it by the drink. It doesn't matter. We love it. Pass it along. Anyway, I want to cover the NFL a bit because we're winning. And you've probably heard, I don't know if you've heard, but it looks like the NFL is going to finally work on something that says these people have to stand for the anthem. These thuglites, I call them. They may be getting the message finally, the NFL. So remember, this began with one guy. Obviously, the name Colin Kaepernick is emblazoned in our memories, and he's now sitting on the bench watching football. You're sitting at home on his sofa watching football from the comfort of his home, which I don't believe he'll get to keep very long at the rate that he's losing money. So there's Kaepernick sitting at home, one guy who took a stand. Then it got up as high as 9 guys. That's how high it got. Then Donald Trump jumped in. The president protested what he saw as an affront to America, etc. And you know what went on. And it grew to 200 people. And everybody was hoping, finally, we're going to get some numbers on this thing. Kaepernick still looking from his sofa. Other, people are trying to now chime in. Now we've got sports talk show people like Jamel Hill. We've got them. They're throwing Kaepernick fundraisers and parties in New York City, trying to find him a job. Anybody. And what the NFL owners have done, and I'm telling you, there are people that probably would want to give Kaepernick a try. And you know what the owners have said? You do it, and you will find yourself penalized big time. Because everybody's asking, hey, do you think Jerry Jones is serious? Will he make those players sit out? If they sit, it's not playing the game. If they didn't do this, and they listed a couple of big players that they have, I don't know if those guys are any good. I presume they are. And I said, I think Jerry Jones will sit down his entire team if he needs to. I think he understands this isn't going to go away unless the owners make it go away. So there we have it. So we had 200 of 1,700 football players, mostly black, which puts the number around 950 in the league, but only 200 of them kneeled. So you're talking about 750 black dudes who said, I want no part of that. That's more than a quarter of the blacks that said no. That's more than 3/4 of the blacks that said no. I'm not interested. Much more. So the fans revolted. It showed in the ratings. It showed in attendance. It's beginning to show in revenue. And even though the owners don't feel it right now, they feel it. They see it coming in the long run. And more importantly, let me tell you, this is a fact. The owners care a lot less about the money than they do about the prestige. See, now these guys are jacking with the prestige. To be able to say, I own a football team is a big deal, but not if it's not popular. So the number of kneelers dropped down this last week to roughly 20. But the protesters added their raised fist this time. We won't kneel, but we'll raise our fist. Now, I lauded the president for finally addressing a couple of issues. First, the lie of the kneelers. There's no reason for black players to kneel in protest of dead dope dealers and thugs who got themselves killed. That just makes no sense. It actually sends out the wrong message to kids. Second, America is way past time to address the political correctness running rampant through corporate America. And does President Trump know how and when to pick a fight? This guy's timing is uncanny. He replaced the Dallas Cowboys as America's team. He stood for the anthem, the flag, the veterans, and all of us hardworking Americans who fund the indulgence of these thuglites. That's why I stopped. They're not getting any more of my money. So now we find ourselves where I have predicted we would be for quite some time. So here's an article from The Hill. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said Tuesday that he believes Everyone should stand for the national anthem. Goodell said the controversy over NFL players kneeling in protest during the anthem, quote, is threatening to erode the unifying power of the game. We want to honor our flag, our country, and our fans expect that of us, Goodell added in the statement. We also care deeply about our players and respect their opinions and concerns and critical social issues. The controversy over the anthem is a barrier to having honest conversations and making real progress on the underlying issues. We need to move past this controversy. We want to do that together with our players. Now, see, that's a statement of a guy that wants to have his cake and eat it too. He could have stopped in paragraph 1. But he talked about, it's controversy and stuff to the players. He's honoring the players with this. Let's take a look at what they have to say. Let's look at how we can make progress. Whenever they use the word progress, I'm like, you're not sneaking that in on me. Goodell's statement, folks, is not definitive. It's got a lot of things that they may want to do, considering doing. We might, because he's a metrosexual wussy. He can't come out with an NFL policy that just is very clear. Like he could have said this. Somebody wrote and said this to me, and I'm paraphrasing it, but it was essentially, if you don't honor the nation by standing at attention for the anthem, you're going to get an 8-game suspension without pay. So you'll miss half the season. A second violation gets you kicked out of the league for good. Am I making it clear enough? And I guarantee you, you won't see raised fist. You won't see people taking a knee. You'll see black dudes doing what they're supposed to do, standing there and just, look. I mean, I don't care if you put your hand over your heart, but you need to just stand there solemnly as everybody else respects this nation. But he didn't do that. Had he done that, there'd be no controversy. But he even left more wiggle room. The commissioner said the NFL has, quote, worked to develop a plan that we will review with you at next week's league meeting. Now, I don't know what he's going to do. I'm curious. He said it will include items like a platform to promote the work of players on these core issues, and said the league will, quote, continue unprecedented dialogue with our players. See, I'm telling you this. If I pay you millions of dollars to do something, I don't even want you to open your mouth. Serious. Just come out here and do your job. Does it take millions? What can you do? I've asked this question many times. What could you do at a job to disrupt the flow of their cash or their money? What could you do and get away with that you would not be fired? I don't know of a regular job that you could say, we're going to boycott our sponsors. We're going to disrupt things so much. I mean, I get it, like a union, wanting to strike. Fine, strike. Because I guarantee you, there are going to be players out there ready to play, and I'll watch scab football. I will start watching football if they hire scabs. Anyway, Goodell said the NFL owners, they say, are considering a rule requiring players to stand during the national anthem when they meet next week. Everyone involved in the game needs to come together on a path forward to continue to be a force for good within our communities, protect the game, preserve our relationship with fans throughout the country. See, when I start hearing that, now I get it. I know exactly where he's coming from. He's going, you know what? We got to do something different here. And I love how they think we're stupid. We're not going to notice that they're like really going after us. I mean, because they're saying, please come back, please. Same thing Starbucks said. They said the NFL is best when we ourselves are unified. In that spirit, let's resolve that next week. We will meet this challenge in a unified and positive way. I hate that kind of conversation. It just drives me crazy. We will be unified. We will be I would say, I don't give a crap what y'all think. I promise you I don't. You're going to do this or you can leave, period. If you got a better gig, go take it. I'm sure somebody in overseas will love to have you play for them because the numbers are there. 200 people, now it's down to 20. There are wives going, you know what, baby? You better just mind your business. That's Kaepernick's fight. That ain't our fight. We're not getting harassed by police. We live in a nice neighborhood around a lot of white people. And they ain't bothering us, and we ain't bothering them. I can tell you what's happening in their homes. Now, there's some of these girls that are, yeah, you stand on it. But let me tell you something. The minute that check stops, she's gone. So don't believe that nonsense. We are winning. This is huge news for us. And when the news breaks, I want to be the first person to tell you, I told you. I knew they were going to do this. So we'll see what happens. Keep it here, folks. Kevin Jackson will be back in a minute.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.